What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday market analysis with your boy A Blogs. Today I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna do US 30 or do I want to do Nas? I think this week I'm gonna focus on Nas. I'm gonna talk about Nas and US 30, but the free setup that I'm gonna give y'all for this week will actually be based off of hmm why am I torn right now? I could just give y'all both, but I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to I don't know which one I want to do. I'm over here. I'm really over here trying to figure out which training I want to give y'all. I like both though, so I might. Hmm. I'm gonna focus on the Dow Jones, but I'm gonna talk about NQ. Just overall, like all of the index pairs in general, or aka future pairs, whatever pair that you trade. If it's Nas US 30, Germany 40, the whole shebang. Well, actually, no, not even Germany 40, just Nas and US 30 in particular. I want to talk about one big thing that I noticed, and then two also what we're going to be looking for this week on charts. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first thing I noticed, right? Beautiful downtrend. We talked about this last week. Let me get some water. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Mm, Terrible way to start the video, but let's get it. So beautiful downtrend we talked about last week. Once I got out of my own head, at first, I think in the beginning of the week we talked about how we were looking for higher lows. We wanted to see if Nas 100 and US 30 is going to retest their previous higher low stretchers. And once these levels got tapped, we were going to be looking for buys. If it was ready to commit for those uptrends, or yeah, if it was ready to like commit to go for new highs or higher highs, right? What ended up happening instead, as you guys already know, market continued to drop. So this is where the adjustment period happens. In my personal mentee chat, I was with them and I was telling them, look, I'm not looking for buys anymore. We're focusing on the downtrends, and we were able to catch nice sales on Wednesday, nice moves on Thursday, and then ultimately, I didn't personally catch the Friday move myself, but my analysis for Friday was spot on. And I'm gonna get into this move because this particular buy is very, very, very important, right? And I'm gonna get real quick with it. So in the past, I'll probably say like a year or two ago, typically, what will happen on the charts is the whatever the week was, so Monday through Friday, the market will be selling off, right? The market will be selling off, and then what will happen is, in the past, I would see that the market is getting ready to go for the buys, and I used to take early buy entries, for moves that wasn't ready to come until the next week, right? So what does that mean? Like this buy move right here, the beautiful buys that we saw on Friday morning. Some people may say, like, "Oh, you couldn't have known that, Abe," or "Oh, like you couldn't have known what Powell was gonna say." It's not even about what Powell was gonna say. It's more so of a technical of what the pattern that I've been seeing happening over and over and over again on the charts. Right? We finally got to a nice 4 hour day chart level full retest. Like I already taught you guys my fibs. If I bring my fibs, we already came full retest to a 4 hour 78%. It respected it. It came back to retest that same price level, respected it again. So this was already my confirmation of what I wanted to look for in the charts to like really start showing me that Nas 100 was okay, like, okay, cool, it's game time. We can start looking for buys. And there were other moments, I want to say like from the previous day, like this kind of stick right here on Thursday. This is my first when I saw this market push here, and then it immediately rejected that price. This is it's something I can teach more so like on a one-on-one basis, but like this, me seeing this sell off and this beautiful rejection right here for the buys was my first indication. Like, okay, cool. That I told you could literally ask any of my mentees. I told them in the chat like this was the buy move that I wanted to look for. We're gonna look for this sell move. We caught the sell. We didn't even wait for the buy. We didn't take the buys yet. I said, cool. This is the buy momentum reversal that I wanted to see to confirm when we're gonna start looking for our buy reversals, right? And as you can see, this was Thursday. Thursday in New York, I called this. But I told my chat like, look, instead of look for buys here, I'm anticipating another manipulation, and we're gonna take sales back down to the downside. And in fact, we did. If I feel like doing it, I'll literally um put like a screenshot here or something. Or actually, I ain't gonna do it here. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram page and you'll see like on my story where I post like me telling my mentees that in the actual chat. Cause I don't feel like I want to make sure I just drop this video and just upload it. I'm not this is just raw, unedited video, straight to the point. So this is my first indication. And then of course manipulation, we know how NAS or NQ works, continuation for the downtrend sales. And then here comes Friday. Right. So Friday, like I said in the past previous years, moves like big moves like this where we want to see like full reversal retest like this candlestick price, this move is a move that we usually look for on Monday or Tuesday. These past couple of months instead we've been seeing that even though the week may be like full downtrend move or full downtrend sales, and we're like, okay, it's at an area that I want to look for my buys, but instead of waiting for next week to come, anticipate Friday showing you the move that you want to look for. And I'm not saying, oh, go full margin on Friday, right? Because obviously, always use proper risk management. But I am saying that I've been noticing the pattern that every Friday, once it's at a key level, the Friday is like Friday sets the tone going into next week. So when I look at Nas this week, I said I was gonna focus on US 30, but since I'm already on Nas, I'm gonna just give you a Nas 100 for right now. But when I look at Nas this week on the charts, right, and I look at what I personally want to see, right, it's two things. Some people will say, oh, I want to look for sales. So actually, you can look for sales, but my personal sell entry wouldn't be until NAS 100 closes under this zone, right? And the reason why I have my zone right here is because when you come to the 15-minute time frame, I always kind of like to have it set to where was the last like main wick that the market retested and then took off, right? So like for me on Friday, I missed the full buy move, right? But I was able to catch another buy opportunity once the NAS came back to retest this zone because I knew if it wasn't breaking out the zone, cool, I got me a nice buy scalp. I could take on charts, which I did indeed take. My entry was, I think, literally off of this price right here, around here. And then my TP was actually set for 23,600, but I ended up settling in that 23,550 area once it gave me another confirmation for the start reversing again for the downtrend. But this is just like, just a quick example. Like Friday, you can look at Friday for big moves happening on Fridays now. So like Fridays is really the day where it could be reversal days to set the tone for next week. So for us going into this week, what I'm looking for, what I'm going to be looking for in my chats, what I'm going to be looking for, what I want you guys to potentially look out for is two things. So first, I didn't even know I draw the arrow. But first, if it closes outside this zone, then we could take sales back down to here. Right. But once it gets to this level, I will be expecting a continuation to create a higher low. I'm expecting our bull runs to happen this week. I'm expecting nice buy opportunities on the charts, right? So, well, obviously, as you can see, this is going to be, if it breaks the zone, come for a retest, cool. That's cool. 2,000 pips. You don't even need all that. Go for 1,200, go for 1,000, whatever your goal is. Me personally, always TP, my main TP, it's so funny I said it now. In my center chat, I used to have a thing called TP 1 through 4. It was like 360, 660, 960, 1,200, 1,500. My fault, I just gave you a TP 1 through 5. But now, like my TPs are always set to 1,200 pips. So AKA my TP is always set to TP4, 1,200 pips to 1,500 pips. And what I've been telling people in my chat, my mentee chat, my mentorship chat, I've been telling them, and I'm gonna tell y'all here on YouTube too, as we start to get into these fall months, it's gonna be a lot of volatility coming back to the charts, right? Summer months is over with. Schools are getting session, dollars are getting spent, more money is getting pumped, earnings are getting ready to come out, releasing as the holidays and everything starts to approach. So it's going to be a lot more easy. It's going to be a lot more fun to catch 1,500 to 1,200 pips. I mean, 1,500, 2,000 pips a day or on a trade easily. If I show you a quick example real quick, like there was a time, I think like 2020 to 2021, I was averaging like 3,000 pips per trade, like 9,000 pips a day. And I was calling like 3 setups just alone, like each setup 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. Like, oh, like I can really show y'all. But even I'm still about to show y'all now though. Just pay attention, right? So my entry probably would have been somewhere around here after that opening bell. Look at this, 2,500. The pullback. So after it had smacked my TP, if I'm entering sales up here Obviously, if you use the strategies I taught y'all in the Funded Academy, in the Funded Academy series, then you should understand what I'm talking about. 1,300 pips right here. If you held it, here's another 1,500 to potentially 2,000 if you really squeezed it out. Right? Pause. I don't like how that sounded. If I come over here and show y'all Tuesday price action. Opening bill. This is opening bill kind of sick. It shot up 2,000 pips. Technically, the sales strategy that I taught y'all, boom, it comes back down. Here's another 2,000 pips. Actually, it went for 3,000. Even if you didn't take the strategy, like with that up in here, if you waited for my academy students that know the 15-minute candlestick pattern strategy, if you wait for it to close back under the zone, here's still another 2,000 pips basically on the charts. I'm showing y'all, I'm letting y'all know, like, we are getting back to those. There's no reason why you're not catching 1,500, 2,000 pip moves back to back to back consistently, right? So I'm very excited for what's to come this fall, and I'm very excited for the amount of money that we're about to be capitalizing off of, not only over here on YouTube, but over in the academy as well. Back to my main point. If it closes outside the zone, I want to look for sales, and I'm going to be looking for the full retest down here. After we get these full retests back down to the stretcher, then we can start talking about buy opportunities, right? This is going to be your areas where you want to start looking for buys, or at least waiting for market to close. I would say back above around 23,300 area, somewhere around here. This is where I probably start looking for my buy entry, or off of the support. It just depends on how the market structure is looking around opening bell. So this is my main, like, a nice entry that we can look for. If it says skip all that, which is what Nas 100 does sometimes, ultimately, I really want to see, like, my retest levels are really back here. I want to see Nas come back to retest these highs, retest these lower high points. So really, ultimately, tonight as well, if it fails to close out of the zone, we're going to be looking for something like this. And then going into New York tomorrow, we should be seeing the full push back to the upside here. Right? And then that would be like the clean buy move that we could look for on the highs. Now, in Nas defense, when we think about where the other pairs are at, so when I think about the Dow Jones already been broke, took off new highs. So if Nas does sell, that will be kind of more in alignment, because we will want to see a full retest back here on US 30. I kind of doubt that we'll get that full retest though. Not necessarily saying we're not gonna get a sell off, but I'm saying, like, it probably won't come as far as people might think, or even me, how far I want it to come. These are like my main two support areas that I haven't questioned. So here can easily get broken. I wouldn't be surprised tonight if it sell off and right past this point. Cool. But once you get to this area, when I see this candlestick, like how it wicked right there, this is where it get interesting, because this can play as an area that plays as a buy for US 30. So it can break here, sell off. Great. Nice scalper opportunity. And then once it closes, or once it's hit this price and start closing bullish back above, this might be the new higher low point before the next continuation. It might be like, I don't even want to come all the way down here for the retest. For what? I know we want to go for new higher highs. I know we want to take off for buys. So what am I even coming back here for? So we're going to keep that in mind as we're looking to trade US 30 this week. But like I said, for Nas, it closes under the zone. You take these sales setups back to here, TP1, TP2, and then from there we can look for the buys above the zone. And then vice versa. If it does respect this structure, the moment it closes back above it, then you guys can look for buys around 23,720-ish, and then that would be the buy entry over here for Nas 100. So I'm thinking that might be it. Is there anything else I could think about at the moment? That might be it for right now. I mentioned on Instagram and the Wealthy Trader Academy that I will be willing to bring back the live trading sessions. I might actually bring it back sometime in the fall, but I did run a poll. I said, look, if y'all get 30 comments under the post, I'll bring it back to the academy, and it'll be included in the new academy where everything that's actually starting to release and stuff. So either the post is going on, so I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna give you a chance again. We're gonna run it up over here on YouTube. If we get 30 comments under this YouTube post, then I'll go ahead and make that happen. It'll probably be like twice out the week, including Sunday. It'll be like live session. Instead of me doing a video like this, it'll be like live Q&A sessions on Sundays. And then I'll do like literally live market outlooks, so that way I can like ask some questions as we get into the week. versus like you just watching the video, like, oh damn, I wish I could ask them this and da 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 da. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Like the video, give me the 30 comments under this post, and we can make that happen. Peace out.